everybody, and welcome to the next map that I'm going to play, which is a Mustafar Burning Platforms. This is a map that is part of the Battlefront Zero map pack. I, of course, talked about that we were going to be dealing with this map pack for the coming weeks, after, of course, finishing Battle of the Storms and... oh, Jesus. And the Soul map pack. So... there's not a particular reason why I actually chose this map. I actually just wanted to really play a Mustafar map. I don't know why. It's been so long since I've actually done a Mustafar map. And I have to say that the Mustafar setting is a setting that does not often get used with modders or custom map makers. Maybe because the knowledge of what we have of Mustafar is fairly limited. In the sense that in Revenge of the Sith, we mostly, of course, see that facility where Newt Gunray is, and then, of course, the battle happens between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and probably in the Clone Wars there's a little bit more there. But here, again, it really feels like something different, yet keeping that essence of what Mustafar is. Back in the Star Wars Galaxies days, there was also a Mustafar expansion, so maybe there could be, you know, some inspiration from that. But as you can see, I really think it's very, very original to use the platform mechanics, not as in Mario platforms, but platforms from, for example, Camino, on a Mustafar map. It actually even makes me wonder how that works in other settings. I know that there is a Pax Empiricae map of Kashyyyk that handles the same logic of having these like platforms that are all connected with bridges. Will be Grandmaster Yoda. The map itself is fairly difficult to actually see what is going on. It might be because so many of these objects are custom made and therefore not really recognized by the game itself. But aesthetically it's very, very pleasing. There's a lot going on. And previously the map that I did was the Tantive 4 Battlefront Zero. And that one, of course, felt very vanilla, and this feels very, very new and very refreshing. And I got a lot of positive feedback from the community on the Battlefront Zero, and it's a really beloved map pack, apparently. And again, I have never played it, and that's why I'm also so happy to have started the Battlefront Max channel, because it gives me the chance to play and visit so many of these classic maps and map packs for the very first time. And there are still so many map packs I haven't actually played and I get to experience soon. You know, Ultimate Commander is one of them, for example. I know that one is super beloved as well. But I do one map pack, or maybe two, depending on the size, at a time, to not get overwhelmed with all the maps and, you know, being too chaotic in terms of what's going on. So the map is actually quite compact, despite being open. You have basically the platforming section here, and then the area where I spawned in first, where you actually have a little bit of a hallway section as well. In that sense, it also kind of simulates Camino, where of course you have the cloning facility, and then you have the area outside. In terms of the units here, they do look cool, but the clones... I would say that there are more interesting looking units on the CIS side in this case. Whereas with the Tantive 4 map, the sides actually had both really cool looking units. Oh my god, I'm shooting a lot of them. Oh, guys. It's very interesting that those objects make it really look like you're fighting in this big like mushroom field. I think one thing that this map could benefit a little bit is if there was more more variety in verticality of the platforms. I realize that in that sense you will copy Camino even more, but I think for the dynamics of the battle it would make it a little bit more interesting. Having it, for example, set like this makes it to where this point becomes super important for snipers. And it's also kind of a shame that, so that's actually very cool. That's almost like a temple-like structure, yet there's no other bridge that connects to that, so there will never be a battle there. So you have, you know, the creator spent all this time and effort of creating something very pretty, yet the player will not get to experience it because, you know, you just spawn here. I mean, this looks very, very cool. Again, I really like it when they try to expand known imagery or known settings like that we know from the movie with new senses. Also, if one team owns both those spawn points, it becomes almost impossible, at least when you're playing with AI, to retake those. Oh god. They were all lined up, but I was very low on HP. Plasma grenade, huh? Well, that landed in the lava. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So we're gonna spawn over here. Oh, look at that. They are trying to get up here, though. That's cool. It is well playable with AI. Again, I don't think they will be able to recapture these points, but they're trying. God knows they're trying. But this is what I'm talking about. So this is perfect for snipers. The only problem is, because all the other platforms are so low, it's very difficult to counter that. Because no matter where, for example, counter snipers would hide, they would always be visible from the higher platforms. And if you, for example, had some platforms that were taller with some cover, you could have some cool sniper battles. Oh, sweet lord. Yep, tired you are. So they actually now counter to where we are in the negative, but we are not actually... No, we are losing reinforcements. Interesting. Again, battles on the platforms themselves work perfectly with AI. Ooh, Jesus. Look at all of this. It's super spectacular. It looks super, super cool. Yeah, you know what? We'll stick to this one. I love its firepower. Oh, look at that. The balance is going back to where both of us have around 150. Oh, look at these clones trying to recapture that platform. This is really cool. Maybe even having the taller platform not be there might also work out, but some people might find that then a little bit too boring, but... Let's rock and roll. Almost there. That's a clone. I think, again, with the Mustafar thing, some of the mods or custom maps that are made, for example, try to make a more accurate version of the one that we know from the movies compared to the vanilla map. And again, I love that this map takes the freedom in creating something so different. I've said this before in other videos, but for example, Tatooine, so many scenes in movies and series take place on Tatooine that we can actually do a lot of different stuff in Tatooine. We can do Mos Eisley, we can do the Dune Sea, we can do the Sarlacc pit, we can do Jabba's palace. There's so much already there that you can do a lot of variety within the maps itself. But other places like Mustafar, Maigito, Christophsis, that's simply not there, and so you either have to be a little bit creative there, or, you know, find some inspiration in some of the extended lore. I did a lot of damage there. Oh, Vibroblade. Sure. Ooh. I cannot block. Here we go. I know. Uh-oh. I was about to die. Because I was about to fall off the edge. Oh, my HP regenerates with this character. Interesting. Oh, God. Got a little overzealous there. Sure, you know what? We'll be Yoda. There's 11 more. We can clear them up. You can see these clones have shut down. Alright, I will actually, with only like 5 left, I'll start to do my my end thing. So if you want to check out this map, you can download the map pack, the Battlefront Zero map pack, in the description down below. Come on, Yoda. Don't forget to let me know any recommendations or requests of maps or mods you want to see. I mean, you know, with the whole virus thing and people staying home, there's more than enough time to check out mods and play them. So, you know, requests and recommendations are very, very welcome. And we're looking for one more. Ah, here we go. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.